Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk about the Supreme Court. We are going to talk about the branches of government and whether or not Congress has power to legislate about the other branches. We're going to do this because we got a message. What do you think of Roberts, Chief Justice Roberts, saying he was considering new ethical standards, and Harlan Crow saying Congress doesn't have a legislative interest in his friendships? Does Congress actually have power to legislate here, or does it jeopardize the court's independence as a branch of government? Okay, so Roberts has said that he is considering new ethical standards. This, of course, is occurring after Pelosi has returned, and with her, subpoena power that could be used to actually call Justice Roberts in rather than just invite him. As far as Harlan Crow saying Congress doesn't have a legislative interest in his friendships, I mean, that's what I would say too if I was him. Because they do, in order to conduct a hearing, investigation, that type of thing, they have to show that they have a legislative interest. And to my knowledge, they actually haven't put pen to paper on that. I definitely think they do, but he would end up making them jump through the hoops on that. And then the interesting question, does Congress actually have the power to legislate here, or does it jeopardize the court's independence as a branch of government? Three independent, co-equal branches of government. Independent doesn't mean immune from. The system was set up to have checks and balances. The branches are supposed to check each other. They are absolutely supposed to check each other. As far as Congress forcing ethical standards on the Supreme Court, is that within bounds? Well, I think most people today in the United States are familiar with something called the Presidential Records Act. Do you know why it exists? Nixon. The Presidential Records Act is Congress enforcing ethics on another branch. It's not outside of their purview. The whole idea is to have each branch check the others. So, this is actually as close to, a functioning checks and balances as we've seen in a really long time. So, they do have a legislative interest, but they have to actually state it. They absolutely have the power to impose ethical standards. They have in the past, and I'm sure they will in the future. I don't know that it will happen here, because whatever it is, we'll have to get through the House. And Roberts, his best move is probably to self-regulate here. If he is actually interested in keeping Congress out of the Supreme Court's internal affairs, he should probably do something on his own. That would be the best course of action, because they absolutely do have that ability. They have done it before. Congress can actually alter a lot of things about the Supreme Court. Because really the only things that Congress can't alter are the few items outlined in the U.S. Constitution. Everything else is within their purview because they are supposed to act as a check against judicial tyranny, just as the Supreme Court is supposed to act as a check against legislative tyranny. So my guess is this public statement from Roberts is an indication that he does plan on self-regulating. So we'll have to wait and see. I definitely don't think this saga is over. I do not think Congress is going to let the Harlan Crow, Clarence Thomas thing go. I think that's going to be around for a while. As far as imposing ethical standards, Roberts is probably going to do that on his own, I would think. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.